Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. It's March 28th, 2024, through basically the first quarter of the year. Biggest news this week really has to be the very unfortunate cargo ship accident in Baltimore with the bridge. How that not only just, the lives lost, which is really unfortunate, but what it's going to do potentially to the economy could be interesting over the next several months. And when you think about the number of jobs that supported that particular port, the fact that we'll have to reroute those inventory, how that inventory was received, increased transportation costs, people can't use that bridge, should be very interesting. Those are very inflationary consequences that we could be seeing over the next several months. But very unfortunate, and I hope that feel for the people that did lose their lives in that situation. Other news onto this week, FHFA and Case Shiller did report appreciation for February, did show to be negative 0.1%. It's the first negative number we've had in a year. Not terribly alarming, though. The year-over-year numbers still showed that we were good, that numbers are still up, and that's what's important. So still seeing improvement year over year. Mortgage applications, not surprisingly, slowed a little bit. Both purchases and refinances down 0.2%. So not a huge drop, just a slightly less activity though. Jobless claims, those filing for the first time down 2,000, but continuing claims up 24,000. We also got Corelogic's loan performance report. It did show that 30-day lates were at 2.8%. So this is good, actually, only because it came down from the prior month. For some reason, we had an uptick in January. So good to see that number come down a little bit. And maybe that was just because of the consumer spending during the holidays. I don't know. Maybe people were a little bit slower to get to that payment in January. Not sure. 90 plus days late and foreclosures remained unchanged. So that's good to see as well. Fourth quarter GDP was reported. The final number came in at 3.4%, up just a little bit from 3.2%. A lot of that was propped up by consumer spending. So yes, people did spend a lot of money during the holidays. Not surprising. That has been a continuing trend that we continue to see consumers spending money, but putting it all basically on credit card. This week, we did get the PCE numbers. Let me show you that. For the month of February, headline number, they were really very close to the actual expectations. So at 0.333%. The core number at 0.261% versus the estimate of 0.3%. So just a little bit better than that. Still not where the Feds wanted to be. It's not coming down very fast. So the Feds are holding fast to their no change rhetoric, basically. Still some people saying we'll see 3 rate cuts this year, but it's certainly going to be in the latter part of this year and not the early part. Some of the things that are impacting that PCE report, you can see housing still a factor, rent still a factor, all those up, apparel up 0.96%. Interesting because people need a new wardrobe at the start of the year. Energy cost up 2.3% and gasoline up 3.69%. You can also see within the PCE report, personal income up 0.3% month over month. So nice to see people earning a little bit more, but then the spending's up 0.8%. So that clearly means the spending is outdoing what the income is by those numbers. But a lot of it, again, going onto that buy now, pay later program. And then we're seeing savings right now at 3.6%, lowest since December of 2022. Let's take a little look at the charts. The markets are closed today because it is Good Friday with Easter being on Sunday. But I just wanted you to see that we've had a reasonably good past 2 weeks. We've seen some improvement, starting to make back some ground. Yesterday was a little bit of an off day, but nonetheless holding pretty steady this week, and that's what's important. So hopefully next week we got BLS report, jobs report. That's always kind of a market mover. Will be interesting to see how that report comes out because, again, it's one of those things where the jobs creations always seem to really hit higher than expectations, and definitely has an impact on our MBS market. So bringing that to you next week. Otherwise, that's all I got for you today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, a good Easter if you're celebrating with family. Doing any Easter egg hunts. I hope the Easter bunny is generous to those kids this weekend. Otherwise, have a great weekend. I'll